Hi everyone, Henry here, aka Dad Legend. This is my first official Flesh and Blood video for my channel, and the way I thought I'd start is by doing some Tales of Aria limited play. And the reason I want to do this is because we are hoping to still have a Nationals, either at the end of this year or maybe early next year. And if so, there's going to be some Tales of Aria limited play um, as part of that tournament. Now, I can't draft by myself, and it would be draft at Nationals, but I can do some sealed, so that's what we're going to do. I got 6 packs from a box that I'm gonna crack open. Well, they're already cracked open, but uh, you can pretend they're sealed if you like. Anyway, we'll crack them open. We'll put 30 minutes on the clock as if we were at a tournament registering a sealed pool, and we will try and figure out what we're going to play and discuss some of the card choices and see where we end up at the end of the 30 minutes, or potentially more if we can't figure it out within that time. Anyway, that about does it. So yeah, enjoy the video and let me know in the comments if I'm terrible at the format, I've got no idea what I'm talking about, or I have some kind of good insights into the format. That seems less likely, but um, either way, I'd love to see some comments, I'd love some feedback on the video, and yeah, that about does it. So let's get into it. Start out with the first pack. Okay, we have Blue Invigorate, Blue Chill to the Bone, Red Sow Tomorrow, Yellow Winter's Bite, Yellow Icy Encounter. First rare is Red Summerwood Shelter, and then we have a Majestic Flicker Wisp, Blue Glacial Footsteps, we have a Crackerjacks, another Blue Glacial Footsteps, Blue Entangle. That's nice. 3 blue Guardian cards already is pretty nice. Yellow Chili Iceman, Red Stir, Blue Thump, Red Frazzle, and a lovely Oldhim token. Well, that's a lot of good Guardian cards already. Alright, so now we have Red Ball Lightning, first Lightning card. We have Blue Break Ground, Yellow Invigorate, Red Lightning Surge, Red Overflex, oops, wrong pile. Blue Biting Gale, wow, every Guardian card's blue so far. Red Evergreen, ooh, foil, that's actually super nice. I know I've got 30 minutes on the clock, and this is not going to focus properly, is it? Oh, there it goes. Nice. That is a sweet foil. All right. So another Cracker Jacks. That's always annoying to get double ups of equipment and sealed. Now we have a yellow Valor Flash, another blue Thump, yellow Bolt, red Rites of Replenishment. We have a red Snow Under. Oh, I'm running out of room here. Blue Blizzard Bolt, bottom an Earth token. Okay. Yellow Rejuvenate, yellow Break Ground. Oh, a third red Ball Lightning. That's sick. Red Burgeoning, red Snow Under, yellow Weave Earth, blue Cold Wave, yellow Strength of Sequoia, Coat of Frost. Be nice if we end up in light ice. Yellow Snow Under. Just gonna make one pile now. Red Blizzard Bolt, red Inspire Lightning, blue Thump, blue Dazzling Crescendo, red Arcanic Shockwave, yellow Winter's Bite, Shock Striker Blue, Twine Ice Yellow, Earthsaw, struggling with words, Earthlaw Surge Blue, Yellow Invigorate, red Icequake, yellow Bolden, blue Thump, Mark of Lightning, nice one, red Stir, yellow Emerging Avalanche, red Frazzle, Bramble Spark, Strength red, that was a blue Bramble Spark. We have a red Flake Out, okay, blue Entwine Earth, red Electrify, red Earthfall Surge, blue Entwine Ice, blue Mulch, yellow Turn Timber, blue Icequake, blue Snapshot, Rotten Buckler, blue Bramble Spark, yellow Emerging Avalanche, red Flake Out, yellow Valor Flash, red Strength, red Overflex. These tokens out of here. Yellow Chill to the Bone, blue Heaven's Claws, red Twilight Lightning, red Winter's Grasp, yellow Arcanic Shockwave, yellow Sigil, Endless Winter, nice. Majestic, yellow Winter's Grasp, deep blue, that's a nice hit. That's going to go in any deck that's... Ooh, it's got an email. We'll close the old email for now. We have one of these, which is a yellow Inspire Lightning, blue Mulch, red Overflex, blue Arcanic Shockwave, yellow Glacial Footsteps, and a red Dazzling Crescendo. Okay, so we'll sort these by color and by type. So this 3 red ball lightning is actually so good. Plus, oh, that's Entwine Lightning. I always get Lightning Surge and Entwine Lightning mixed up. Very similar art, right? Like you got like, yeah, anyway. Okay. Electrify as well. This has to go with the rest of the elemental cards. So we have 5 reds, 2 blues for lightning. What I'm looking for is, because these elemental cards, the colors seem to fit better with certain strategies. Like, if I want to play Oldhim, I think I want a bunch of elemental cards in blue because they work with his hero power, as well as obviously fusing everything. I don't think you want many yellow or red elemental cards, although I guess you probably still play them because you want to be able to fuse all the time. Okay, got 2 blues, 2 yellows, and 5 reds for Earth. Okay. Alright, well, a lot of yellows and ice, which I'm not super stoked about, but probably fine. Okay, then we have a bunch of elemental cards. I don't really like the elemental cards. Feels like they take up slots that you want to fill with either actual elemental cards or class cards, because I think all these elemental cards block 2 and they don't fuse anything. And I reckon they have to be pretty powerful to get you to play them. I will say that having watched a bunch of coverage, the Rejuvenate, at least Rejuvenate Red actually seems quite powerful, especially with like unblockable arcane damage in the format. A bunch of entwine, like average elemental cards. Okay. Doesn't really tell us that much. So looking at the elemental cards, obviously going back to lightning, we have 3 ball lightning and a red lightning surge, red electrify, plus a couple of like decent blues like Shock Striker and Heaven's Claws are both good blues. There's only 7. I would think I'd probably want a few more if I'm trying to fuse lightning cards, but having said that, the quality is quite high. Earth, we have some decent red. Like we got a red Surge, red Burgeoning, red Evergreen, red Summerwood Shelter, or as Sam likes to call it, Summertime Cookout. Red Sow, And then like, yeah, just like decent. Like the Earth is just decent. And we have 9, which is good. I think nine's a good number. Um, and then Ice. We have some decent attacks. Like we have a couple of Winter's Grasp. Like the rate on them is fine. They block 3, which is good. Um, and we've got a couple of Winter's Bite, which is I really like. A couple of Chill to the Bone, which are less good, but still fill the role of fusing. So, man, the stack of Guardian cards is actually huge. Runeblade's pretty small. I mean, obviously I'll count these, but you just look at the size of the pile, like, I didn't see as many. If I want to play Oldhim, I don't see that as many blues as I would like in my Ice and Earth cards, but the stack of these cards is quite thick. Just how many blues I have. Like from Welcome to Wraith, I remember you wanted like 13 to 14 blues in your Guardian decks, sometimes more. So we do have a bunch of blues, which is a good start if we wanted to be Oldhim. 9, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then we could, if we really wanted to, we could play a couple of these entwines maybe. And then we have a bunch of random yellows. So we have 2 Emerging Avalanche. We have an Emboldened, which is a nice one. Considering we have, as I said, the Avalanches. We have the Strength. We have a Red Strength. Oh, we have a couple of Red Strength as well. Yellow Thump. Footsteps, no under. Turn Timber. Turn Timber is a nice one. Quite like that card. And then we have like, yeah, a few big attacks. Endless Winter. I actually don't know. What does this card even do? Ice Fusion. Who's fused? Whenever a defending hero adds a defending card to this chain link, create a Frostbite token. And that's annoying. If it hits to the next turn, whatever. That is quite a card. Quite a card indeed. Okay. Let's have a look at the Ranger, not Ranger, Runeblade cards now. I told myself that I'd have plenty of space on this playmat to do this sealed pull, but I'm running out of room here. We have a few blues. Yellow Sigil. Valor Flash. What is Flicker Wisp? Flicker Wisp is pretty good with, is it attack action though? Yeah, no. Action card. Yeah. So it works with the Bramble Sparks and such. A couple of Valor Flash, Shockwave, Fire Lightning, and then reds we have a couple of Stir, which is nice. We have Shockwave and Fire Lightning, and Red Rites of Replenishment. So a decent stack of Runeblade cards, and a fair few ways to do arcane damage, which is important because that's how you're going to finish games with Runeblade. Just by firing off little chips of arcane damage. So, a Ranger. Ranger, I'm just looking to see, like, do I have enough arrows to push through enough damage with the Dominate ability? Pretty light on cards in general.
I really don't like playing these like go tall ranger decks because you end up with these super awkward hands where it's like, oh, I've got four non-attack actions and my weapon doesn't attack. So I guess I'm blocking and then Arsenal pass. So we only have six red arrows, which is not very many. We have three red overflex, um, which is good. Uh, really want to play too many of those though. Like I think if I was playing Ice in this pool, I'd rather just be playing Oldhim because the the depth of my Oldhim cards is so much deeper than my Ranger cards, and I feel as though Oldhim would make better use of them as well. Uh, the three Red Ball Lightnings is pretty good. So we have the Buckler as well for Oldhim, which is nice. We could play. We have a couple of thumps, so we could play like Coat of Frost Crackerjacks with Oldhim. Obviously, we have the Deep Blue, which is great. And we have this Crackerjacks that is a double up, which always annoys me. And we have a Mark of Lightning. So the Mark of Lightning was obviously um, good in with all these ball lightnings and such, but like, is it crazy to ignore three red ball lightning? Maybe. I definitely think you could always default to Briar and just be fine about be fine with it. Um, I do like this Guardian pull quite a bit. Um, plenty of blues. Okay, well let's start with the Oldhim and see what that looks like. Will we play any of these? Yeah, I'll keep this stack out. And put these lightning cards away for now. Okay. So yeah, we would be playing Deep Blue, Coat of Frost, Crackerjacks, plus the Buckler, which is pretty nice. Like having access to Blade Break 1 is just yeah, so good. You know, yeah, it'll win you a lot of games. Um, we used to be spoiled in Welcome to Wraith, have a full set of Blade Break 1. Okay, so start with the blue. So two glacial footsteps. We'll split these by fusion as well. Although we have such a we're deep in earth and ice, so um, I think we're going to play a split. We're not going to try and play just one. Um, oh, I don't know why, but the defense reactions in this set are not obvious to me. I don't think I want to be playing Biting Gale blue. Like, I might consider the red, but I think the blue is just kind of like the rate is so bad. Um, and like you always want your blues to just be able to like chuck out as a block, and this is obviously doesn't do that. You got to spend two. The ability is good, but like just paying so much for it to then only block two. So with three blue thumps. Okay. And then some mulch. I decided against splitting them by element. Okay, so then we've got this breakground, Earthlore Surge. There's another blue. We have blue Icequake, which is a nice one. Like, I don't really like Chill to the Bone in general, but And this seems like way less blues than I thought it was. It's because I've read some of them. Like, oh, actually, I don't want to play these. Um, but like I said, I think any blue that is either ice or earth, um, for Oldhim, you kind of just want to play because it plays so well with that hero ability. Um, I don't think I'm playing this yellow chill to the bone though. That can probably get cut. I mean, not that really onto yellows yet. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, this Entwine Earth, man, my tongue does not work. Like, Dominate 3? It's not really a thing. Uh, Entwine Earth, um, this is actually decent. Like, getting the fuse on it is a 2 for attack 6, which, yeah, is a fine rate. These invigorates, the yellows and the blues. Not a huge fan in Oldhim. I'm not sure about this yellow rejuvenate, whether I should be playing this or not. I feel as though I probably should, because there's going to be games where I just want to try and fatigue. Although you can pre-board this, right? Like, I don't think this is a main deck card. Um, Obviously we can't play this in Twine Lightning. I mean, we can, but I don't think we're in the market for a 0 mana attack 4. I mean, we're not in the market for that. Yeah, I don't think any of these are making the cut, at least not for now. Okay, so what did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. Okay, well 13's okay. Like I probably would prefer to have more, but now we'll skip to the reds. Snow Under is great. Strength is good. We'll definitely play this Turn Timber. Yeah, we'll definitely play these Snow Unders. Glacial Footsteps is an interesting one. We'll play the Thump for sure because we have the Crackerjack, so we can always turn that on. Embolden's great. Avalanches are good. What have I done to this card? Yikes, looks like I bit it. Not sure how I managed that, but anyway, I didn't bite it. Play the Winter's Grasp. Probably play the Strength. Although, what is it? +2? Yeah, marginal probably. What am I doing? Like, I clearly have room to go like this. Like, alright. Strength is marginal. I'm not sure about Glacial Footsteps. Like, how often do I want to pay 6 for an attack 9? Or rather, how often can I pay 6 for an attack 9? Icy Encounter is always good. I love these Winter's Bites. Icequake's a real nice one. And then, again, Weave Earth falls in a similar camp to me as Invigorate, but it is an Earth action, so it kind of pushes it over the. Oh, it's a red. Pushes it over the edge. Yeah, Breakground is fine. I think we're playing all of these reds. Well, we'll see. Well, what is this Market Lightning doing? Get out of here, mate. Okay. So how many cards is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is 37 cards. So we're down to 6 minutes. Should be paying more attention to the clock. Um, yeah. So at this point in the, if I'm playing sealed, I'm registering Oldhim for sure because I don't have time to go through and look at a Lexi deck, and it did seem like there was less cards than Lexi. No, sorry, not Lexi. Briar than I would have wanted. and Lexi just didn't seem like it was very deep. Um, so the good thing about Flesh and Blood, which I love for sealed, is that you just need to register the hero, and you can mess with the deck as much as you want. So um, you don't need to go through and like finalize the 30 cards. And in fact, um, it's just great that like I've got 37 playables here. I'm pretty happy to play most of these and just cut based on um, the overall layout of the deck and what I'm trying to do. I think I think you do want to play close to 30 in this format because even though um because yeah, I don't think a lot of games are going to fatigue, even though sometimes Oldhim is going to try and fatigue. Um, Given the nature of Oldhim's hero power, uh, I think that you'll just naturally fatigue people anyway. If that's your strategy, you don't need to play more than 30 cards. Um, and you do want to have the ratios of elemental cards to fuse cards. Um, like even if you have the same ratio, right? Like if you had 40 cards versus 30 cards and the ratio is exactly the same, it's actually not the same because if you have 40 cards instead of 30, the there are potentially more cards between what you're drawing and your next Earth card, for example. Like while the ratio is the same, the potential for variance is higher. So I think if you can, you want to try and keep it close to um, close to 30 cards because of that. So we have. I'm just going to split this by element here, just so I can get an idea of the ratio looks like. That's a nothing. These are all just guardian, elemental guardian. We have two. What are these all? Those are earth, earth and ice. Okay, ice. I will say I'm not still not used to the way they've done the borders. I think it is good. I'm just not used to it. I still find it a little bit difficult to um, work out to at a glance to work out what I'm actually looking at. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, wouldn't mind in one more ice card. Don't think I have. I can play this yellow chill to the bone. I don't want to. How many cards do I have that fuse ice? At this point, we've registered our deck and we've walked away to go get a drink or whatever, but um, we'll use all the time. Ice fusion, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. It's not such big of a deal on the blues because you use them more as resource cards, but okay. Yeah, so I think I'm a little light on ice and earth. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is okay. Like, what am I doing? How many earth fusion do I have? 1, 2, 3. I made that a whole argument before about how I didn't like playing non-attacks and attacks in decks because they sometimes you end up with awkward hands, and I feel like I'm going to end up doing that with Oldhim because I've got all these strength squares and what's this card called? Emerging Avalanche. Was I doing counting earth cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 earth fusion cards, and the strength of the sequoias, the fusion only matters for the seismic surge, which is not as relevant. Um, and like these ones are your blues, so you could probably actually cut some of these earth cards. Some of them are quite good, so I wouldn't want to cut too many of them, but um, I can see cutting some of them to get us closer to 30 cards. it's also potentially I am playing too many of these auras. Got two strength, two, three, four, five. Five's okay. So if I was cutting, I think I'd cut this Weebirth first. It's a yellow. I don't really want that many yellows in my deck. I want a bunch of blues, and then I want like the most impactful attacks possible. So I think that would come out. I think I'm at 36 cards now. So from here, I'd look to cut probably, I think, yeah, just yellows from my deck, really. The least impactful yellows. Get it down to 30. Uh, keep the blues, keep all the blues. Um, and then I'll probably cut maybe a couple of the auras so I don't end up with too many. This is pretty much the deck. I think this deck's really good. I know that the 30 minutes is about to expire, so um, we're basically finished. Uh, there's going to be people in the tournament that are. I'm going to get an alarm. When do they play that alarm at tournaments? That'd be great. I feel like maybe this thump comes out. Like, although, like, yeah, it's a block 3. It works with Crackerjacks. But having said that, like, I've got 3 blue thump. It's not like I'm like missing out on the opportunity um, to use Crackerjacks on a thump, you know. Yeah, so like let's just imagine that we're waiting for people to register the pool because they're slow, and for the judges to get the first run going, and we're very upset at ourselves for taking more than the regulation 30 minutes, but at the same time we are just carrying on. I think these emerging avalanches um, probably some of the lower impact, like they require an ice fuse, and we already are kind of light on ice fusion. Um, really, yeah. Again, this is like strength of Sequoia, right? Like the fuse just gives you the frostbite token. But having said that, I think when you're playing the yellow or the blue, the frostbite token is actually the more important part of this card, um, rather than the pump. Um, so given that the fuse is like a little bit less likely, and also this one has been bitten by someone, so it's not tournament regulation. We'll cut that one. Uh, we'll leave this one for now. Where are we at? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, we're at 33 cards. Um, I can see just playing um, the full 33 here. Um, you need enough impactful red cards to um, push damage and force blocks. Um, and we have 1, 2, 5, 12 reds. Probably about right. Yeah. I think if I had a little bit more experience with the format and playing Oldhim, I'd be able to tell you exactly what the last few cuts should be. Also, if you should be trying to play 30 and not 33. I know in previous formats, like if I had a deck like this where I had 33 playables, I'd just be super happy just to play 33 playables, um, because you know games would go to fatigue, and you'd want to have a few extra cards in your deck. Um, but this format definitely seems to be this sort of paper scissors rock of like you know um, what's going to win first, like giant pumped dominated attacks from Oldhim, or arcane chip damage from Briar, or whatever the hell Lexi's trying to do, depending on whether she's ice or lightning or some mix. Or Lexi's an interesting one. Definitely be keen to play some more Lexi. But yeah, I mean, yep, I've gone over time. I've had to run to my match because I was sitting in the corner trying to figure out what my last few cuts were. Um, I think basically this would be my deck, and yeah, I mean, I'd be pretty happy to just leave this up and Give it a go.
All right, so that was 30-ish minutes of a Tales of Aria sealed build. As you can see, we ended up in Oldham. Be interested to see if you thought that was terrible or totally correct. So yeah, do leave a comment. I'd like to spark up some discussion about the format, um, both to deepen my understanding and yeah, just to have a chat because we're still in lockdown and lockdown sucks. So what I'm going to do next is load the sealed pool into Tabletop Simulator and rope in a friend to play a match. So I'll record that match as well, so we can see how the pool actually ends up going in a match of Flesh and Blood. So yeah, hopefully that video will be next. And next I'll do another sealed pool. Hopefully get some friends in to sort of join in on that build. I think that'd be good. We might remove the 30-minute cap on that just because we'll end up chatting and that'll go well beyond 30 minutes. But I'm sure it'll be fun. So yeah, uh, I hope you enjoyed this video and enjoy the ones to come. And yeah, we'll see you later.